Okay, good morning, everybody. Today, let's talk about what's going on with student loan forgiveness. I also want to talk about why you might not have received your middle class California tax refund debit card yet, and why you're receiving the debit card to begin with when a lot of you thought you would be getting it by direct deposit. If you guys want, we can talk about crypto falling. There's a lot to talk about. So let me know by your comments what you guys want to talk about. Hi, JR. I don't think I've seen you in here before. So welcome. JR, any topics that you'd like me to address? The student loan forgiveness, as I understand it, actually might not be happening. And I'm going to share my screen in a minute and we'll read an article together about that. And that's so messed up that they got everybody excited about it and now it might not be happening at all. Before I talk about that, let's talk about the California middle class tax refund. So, a lot of you guys, okay, little Rambo says that he thinks it will pass. Yeah, and it's all tied up, and a lot of people are saying that this is just like kind of a political ploy and that it will pass. So, but I'm going to pull up an article in a second. I know a lot of people want to know about the California middle class tax refund, though. So, and a lot of you have probably heard about this. JR, I'm in the same boat. So we'll talk about that too. I love talking finance. So normally when you file your taxes, it's normally free, normally, depending on your your own situation, to file your federal tax on TurboTax, on H&R Block, that kind of thing. But I was looking for my glasses. But after you file your federal and you're all happy that you're getting a refund, it says, do you want to file your state tax with us? And you're already on there and it's just going to pull the information. So most of us click yes. After you do that, and then let's say you're going to get a $200 refund from the state, it asks you, because the state's normally not free. Filing state taxes with those programs is normally $15 to like $29.99, something affordable. But let's say you're getting a refund for $200 from the state. Then it asks you, do you want to pay your tax preparation fees out of your refund? And if you're like me, you're not going to want to cough up the money in advance. Like, why would I pay $15 out of my pocket when they can just take it out of the refund? So then you click yes. Let's say it costs $15. That brings your refund down from 200 down to 185, but no big deal because you're still getting money back. So we're all happy about that. But doing that alone can trigger you getting the debit card. So that's often what the delay is. And even on the Franchise Tax Board website, they say to allow up to 2 weeks from the mailing date. But if you actually call the Franchise Tax Board, they're telling to allow 4 weeks after the mailing date. So that's what's going on. And I think that I do have a roommate and they're just about to walk home. So I think that's what's going on with that. Okay. So JR wants to know what is good advice for someone living below the poverty line while being unemployed. So first of all, make sure to take care of any programs that are available to you. So for example, are you getting food stamps? If you can, I know this is time consuming, but prepare your own meals. And if you can, like, don't even go to Ralph's or Vaughn's, go to Food for Less, Superior, Walmart Grocers. And if you have like a local grocery store, like I kind of have something called like a Rancho Bodega that's near me. And the Rancho Bodega is always less expensive, often even than Food for Less. Definitely use an app like Ibotta. I don't have it linked right now in the description. But if you are getting food stamps, you can pair the Ibotta app to buy things that you're going to buy anyway and actually get cash back. Then you can use that cash back to get like toilet paper, um, that kind of thing. And just make sure that you're not overspending. Like the holidays are coming up. It's not like, in my opinion, and I might be getting my mom a gift, but in my opinion, you shouldn't be if you're really struggling, don't don't go spend money on gifts, right? Your friends should understand, and your family, it's more important to like make memories and things like that. So go to the library, rent a DVD, make it a holiday tradition to watch a movie, drive around and look at Christmas lights. I know gas is expensive right now, so that's kind of, that can still be an expense. Definitely shop around any credit card debt that you have. And what I mean by that is if you have like a consolidation offer that you can pay like a 0% interest rate for 12 months, for 18 months, something like that, definitely. I'm not a financial advisor, but that's what I've done in the past. You don't want to be stuck paying credit card payments where the interest is like 22%, 24%, 26%. So look at the interest rates on your credit cards, and if you can, transfer the debt into like an introductory offer, preferably where you're paying 0% interest, and then try not to run those credit cards up again. um, One of the best pieces of advice I can give you if you're living below the poverty line and you're unemployed is to see if you've got a car payment, to see if you can refinance your car payment. I recommend through a credit union. I don't really know the science behind this, but credit unions on auto loans seem to always offer a better interest rate than your traditional lenders. They're going to be able to give you a better rate than even like, and every little bit counts too, right? I'm the type of person, I will bend over to pick up a penny. I refinanced my car 3 times. When I first purchased my car with Toyota, I was only paying 2.99% interest rate, but that's great. But I got a mail-in offer letter from like Claremont Toyota that said if I went in and like I didn't even have to refinance, but they gave me like $100 just to go and see if I would refinance. And then I think they refinanced my interest rate to 1.99%. And I got the $100 for doing that. Then my coworker was talking about the credit union and how he was only paying 1.69%. And I was like, wait a minute, 1.69? That's really good. The misconception about credit unions is that you have to be a member to get their services, but that's not true. They did make me open a savings account with them, but the savings account only had to have $5 in it. That made me a member of First Entertainment Credit Union. And then that enabled me to refinance my car for that third time at 1.69% interest. And doing that, my car payment stayed the same, but I paid it off a year earlier. Now, in a lot of my viewers' situations, maybe you need to lower your payment. So you can lower your payment, pay it off in the original amount of time, but it would lower the payment if you got a better interest rate. Okay, I hope that made sense. Okay, forgiveness of unemployment benefits. They're not talking about that. There's no tax forgiveness this year. Um, you can ask for an overpayment waiver. But I'm not sure. Why are you looking for forgiveness of unemployment benefits? Let me know and I can try and tailor that answer to what you're needing to know. Lil Rambo is reminding everybody to push that like button. Um, and is also saying that he thinks student loans will pass. So this seems like a good time for me to share my screen. This is going to start off on a different tab here because I was looking at my videos. So I will first share that, and then student oh, oh my goodness. Sorry guys. I am not in my usual spot because I have a roommate, and that means that, like, my angles are weird, my lighting is weird, and it's taking me a little bit longer to get around. Okay. So, Um, what article do I want to look at? Any of them where it won't hit a paywall. Let's see if let's see what it says right on the studentaid.gov website. Okay, so this is interesting. So let me make sure I'm sharing the right thing here. Yes. So I like to go to the .gov websites because those are going to be the most trustworthy. And what it says right here on the studentaid.gov website is that it's blocked. Courts have issued orders blocking our student debt relief program. As a result, at this time, they're not even accepting applications and they are seeking to overturn those orders. If you've already applied, we'll hold your application. Subscribe and check back here for updates, and we will post information as soon as further updates are available. So I'm just going to read the article with you guys because I don't want to misquote. Let's now go to, I know a lot of people feel some type of way about CNN, but let's see what their article says. What student loan borrowers need to know after a federal court struck down Biden's forgiveness program. Student loan borrowers are now waiting indefinitely to see if they'll receive debt relief under President Joe Biden's student loan forgiveness program after a federal judge in Texas struck down the program Thursday, declaring it illegal. The Department of Justice immediately appealed to the Fifth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, but that case will have to play out before the Biden administration can cancel any federal student loan debt under the program. While the Biden administration has faced several legal challenges to the student loan forgiveness program since it was announced in August, the ruling on Thursday is the most significant setback thus far, prompting the Department of Education to stop accepting applications for debt relief. Biden's program was already on hold due to a separate legal challenge, but the administration had continued accepting applications, having received 26 million to date. Under the rule, my mouse isn't even working because it's like on the arm of the couch. Okay, sorry guys. Okay. Under the rules of the program, eligible low and middle income borrowers can receive up to $10,000 of federal student loan forgiveness and up to $20,000 in cancellation if they also received a Pell Grant while enrolled in college. The legal road ahead is murky, but it could take many months for the issue to be resolved. The Texas decision makes it more likely that the issue will ultimately go to the Supreme Court, though it is still too early to say, says Abby Shafroth, staff attorney at the National Consumer Law Center. What happens now for borrowers? Sorry, guys. Borrowers will have to wait for the government's appeal to the Fifth Circuit Court to play out. While it can be tough to follow all the various legal challenges, borrowers can subscribe for updates from the Department of Education and check the federal student aid website for further information. It could take months for the court to issue a final ruling. If it overturns the Texas lower court's ruling, then the Biden administration could begin canceling student debt. But the Department of Justice could also ask for an emergency stay of the Texas judge orders. If granted, and if a different appeals court ends its temporary stay on the program in a separate pending case, then the administration would be allowed to cancel debt before a final ruling is made by the Fifth Circuit. Okay, that's interesting. Initially, the Biden administration said that it would start granting student loan forgiveness before payments are set to resume in January after a years long pandemic pause. But Thursday's ruling in Texas puts that timeline in jeopardy. And most people, guys, are saying that we're not going to have this sorted out before the end of the year, which is unfortunate. For the 26 million borrowers who have already given the Department of Education the necessary information to be considered for debt relief, 16 million of whom have already been approved for relief, the department will hold on to their information so it can quickly process their relief once we prevail in court, said White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre in a statement Thursday. We strongly disagree with the district court's ruling on our student debt relief program, she said. Guys, this is a really long article, so let me know if you want me to read. Well, let's keep going. I'm not gonna read the who may be eligible for that. Um, because we've covered that for sure in previous videos. So, okay, what are the legal arguments? The Biden administration has argued that Congress granted the Secretary of Education the power to broadly discharge student loan debt in a 2003 law known as the HEROES Act, which was passed in the wake of the September 11th attacks. The government's lawyer argued that the law allows the secretary to discharge debt in an event of a national emergency, including the COVID-19 pandemic. But the Texas federal judge found that the law does not provide the executive branch clear congressional authorization to create the student loan forgiveness program. The program is thus an unconstitutional exercise of Congress's legislative power and must be vacated, wrote Judge Mark Pittman, who was nominated by then President Donald Trump. In this country, we are not ruled by an all powerful executive with a pen and a phone, he continued. The Texas lawsuit was filed by a conservative group, the Job Creators Network Foundation, in October on behalf of two borrowers who did not qualify for debt relief. I do want to make a comment here. So generally, when we say conservative group, not always, but that generally means that they want to release less funds to the public. And we just had our midterm elections, and a lot of times people vote and they watch, ads on the news or like on whatever TV program they're watching. And one of the things that I like to do is I like to see who paid for those political ads. So if I'm somebody watching those ads and I see that it's paid for by the Job Creators Network Foundation, basically you have to research, right? Because the Job Creators Network Foundation, those sound like good people. Those sound like, hey, they want to create jobs, and that's great. Maybe they do. I don't know anything about the Job Creators Network Foundation. But my point is to always research who the Job Creators Network is, what they stand for, and that kind of thing. Because somebody can file a business name, they can start an entity, and it can sound like it's for the people, and really it's not. And okay, this Texas lawsuit was filed on behalf of two borrowers who didn't qualify for debt relief. And it's really hard, I think, as an individual, and this happened with unemployment benefits for me personally as well. It's really hard to see somebody getting something that you didn't get and be happy about it. But I'm really working on that because the people who are qualifying for this, regardless of the circumstances on how they took the loan, it's for lower income families. And it's for people who like kind of had predatory loan practices taken against them. And so instead of looking at what I didn't get, I just want to be happy that somebody is getting some kind of debt relief. I think at least that's a better way for me to look at it mentally. But it seems like these people, they were just like, in my opinion, it's looking like they were just bitter that they didn't qualify. And so, you know, because two people didn't qualify, now 25 million people don't get it. Like, that just seems sucky to me. Uh-oh, I'm getting spammed here. Let me block this comment. Dang it. And the mouse is not doing what I need the mouse to do. Great. Now my mouse is like frozen. I'm sorry about the spam comments, you guys. Oh, no, 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 no. Dang it. Okay, well, I'm going to have to not use my mouse at all. Okay, I'm blocking that user. Sorry, guys. Okay. All right. I'll go back to reading that in a second. I just want to see if there's any comments I missed. So, Marlene, if you applied during the beta, they're still going to have your information on file, but they might not be able to forgive it. So we're waiting to find out what happens. And I think it's good that you got a head start on that, but it's kind of on pause for a moment. Yes, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not gonna happen, just they have more hurdles. Um, okay, Infinity says that article's too long and to keep going. Katie, thank you for reminding everybody to hit the like button. Francis, good morning. Francis, definitely, you guys should all follow me on Instagram. I think it's Shelley's_millions. I went to a free art exhibit yesterday. I could have maybe turned that into a money-making opportunity, but I didn't. They had some exclusive merchandise that I was going to maybe resell on eBay. But then, as you guys know, I have a whole pile of stuff over there that I need to sell on eBay that I haven't gotten around to. So I thought, Shelly, don't spend your money. It's not a sure thing. But I really enjoyed the free art exhibit, and I shared some of the pictures. His name is Mark Ryden. He kind of does like creepy doll art. Anyway, Francis had asked me about that. Francis, we gotta text me after. We have to figure out when I'm doing my hair because it's long. Oh, it's time. Okay. And I'm gonna come back to the Golden State stimulus, but I want to see if anybody else has questions about the student loan forgiveness first. Okay. And there are. So let's focus on that, and then we'll go back to the California middle class tax relief. Did I call it the Golden State stimulus? I hope not. Because that's over. Okay, Alex says, what a betrayal. I know people who owe more than 10K in student loans. Now their hardships are extended. Republicans don't believe in any break. They believe if you sign a contract, honor it. Yeah. And I am gonna say that this is one of the goals of my channel, right? To help people increase their financial literacy. Earlier, we were talking about getting a better loan on or better interest rate on the credit cards that you have. A lot of people don't read the fine print. They're just excited to go to school, and they take out loans that they can't really afford. And or I really wish that, like, when people were choosing what they're majoring in, it focused more on your end salary and what your income might look like. I've said this in streams before. When I was younger, like all through high school, pretty much, I thought like that if as long as you went to work any job for 40 hours a week, even the fry guy at McDonald's, also some of my best employees ever have come from McDonald's. So I'm not shaming McDonald's. But I thought that if you were a cashier, the person doing the fries, flipping burgers at McDonald's, and you went to work for 40 hours a week, I thought that you could afford rent, that you could afford a car payment, that you could afford your electric bills, and that you could afford groceries, right? Like I thought you could afford your basic essentials on one income, any one income, as long as you went to work for 40 hours a week. And that is definitely not the case. Southside says, how do you know when you've been granted the student loan forgiveness? So right now the whole program is on pause and they have your application. Let me go back to sharing. Just let me keep that up on screen. Sorry, just so that you guys can see it. I always like to go to the official studentaid.gov website. They do have something that you can sign up for updates. So I would recommend going to studentaid.gov/debt relief/application. I'll go ahead and copy this and put that link in the chat. That's where you're going to get those updates on the program. Oh my God, Suho, I have tried calling the FTB. because I had a question for them. So I just dropped the link on how to get the updates on the student loan forgiveness program in the chat if you guys need that. When I called the FTB, I held for 4 hours. My mom was making fun of me, and I was like, "It's fine." Like, I put it on speakerphone even when I was driving, and my mom was like, "I wouldn't do that." And I was like, "Yeah, but it's for a video, so it's okay." Sorry, guys. I'm not gonna get my coffee. You guys know when I take a drink, that means please take a moment and like the video. I was on hold for 4 hours, and then the person that I talked to was not very knowledgeable. And Alex said that they called, they said debit card and non-Golden State stimulus people have to wait until late November to December. Are they lying? They're not lying. So that's, I mean, some of the reps, just like with unemployment, are not knowledgeable, unfortunately. So that really stinks. But yeah, non-Golden State stimulus people are going to be late November to December. And even now, if and we can go to the franchise tax board website if you want. And I'll share those timelines again. And even in writing for debit card people, they're saying to allow up to in writing, they're saying allow up to 2 weeks after the mailing date to get your debit card. But when you call them, they're telling people to allow up to 4 weeks after the mailing date to get it. Southside, let me know if you have any more questions about that student loan forgiveness. And Alex, when you're talking about what a betrayal, I think the biggest betrayal, right? Regardless on where you stand on immigration, I think it's completely wrong what happened with the Dreamers Act. And again, I'm going to say that I'm not that well versed in politics, right? Like when we're talking about the federal judge blocking versus like the local judges and the S5 and the Supreme Court, like I don't quite know like the process, right? I'm sure I could read it and figure it out, but I don't know it offhand. But what I think is really terrible is about the Dreamers Act, right? Here you have, and I have a friend, one of my very best friends was illegal for a very long time. He's married now. It cost him a fortune to go through the process of becoming a legal citizen. Um, he was brought here when he was very young to the US, and we love him to death. We loved him before he was a legal citizen. We were, all kids are a little bit mean. This was our very best friend. But one time we went to San Diego and he fell asleep in the back of the car, and we may have told him that we accidentally drove into TJ and we hoped that he could pass and get back in. So we were mean. He's our best friend though. Me and my like the person that runs my garage, like we just all grew up together since we were like 13, and I love this person to death, and I'm so glad that he's legal now, but it took a lot of money. And it's just kind of like messed up that they would tell people like, "Oh yeah, the Dreamers Act and you can work and you can get this ID and you can stay here." And then like they tried to overturn that. Like that is really like how are you supposed to trust the government, right? When they say things like, "Yeah, the Dreamers Act is passed." That was okay, and I didn't understand. I was like, "How did they take that away if it passed?" So, it's my understanding now that the Dreamers Act was passed by executive order by President, Barack Obama. And what happens is the executive order, that's only in place while he was the sitting president. Like, I didn't understand that. And I consider myself a fairly well educated person. So, if I didn't understand that, how many, like, I almost feel like people in the Dreamers Act, like, exposed themselves and then were at greater risk because they did that. And that is seriously messed up. Like, regardless of how you feel about it, like, once the government comes forward and says you're good to be here and good to work here and all of that, the people should be able to trust that forever. It shouldn't be like, oh, well, one president said I could be here, but the next one says I can't. Like, that's insane to me. And yes, it's also a betrayal with the student loan debt forgiveness, like with one president saying, yes, you qualify, and then it gets taken away. And we were pretty far along in this process. when this happened, right? When they challenged it. So that stinks. Okay. Now, let me check real quick to see if there's any more questions about student loan debt forgiveness, and then we're going to go. Well, looks like most of your questions are about the FTB. Um, so we'll go back to talking about the California middle class tax refund. Okay. And Infinity, good to see you. I saw that you saw that Andrew recently got an Infinity G35 that he's going to fix it up. Okay, so still no direct deposit in your Golden State recipient, and last name starts with a lower letter like F. Did they lose it? Probably not. Were you one of the people that did that thing where you said that you wanted your tax return to come out of your refund? That could be something that delays it. And they're saying to allow up to 4 weeks past the advertised mailing date to actually get it. So that's probably just what's going on, is it probably hasn't been 4 weeks past the mailing date yet. Okay. Alex says you didn't get your debit card and you did not get a $600 check from last year. Should I have gotten mine? Your last name starts with K. Okay, I'm going to take off the student debt relief program information, but for that, you're going to want to go to that website, which is studentaid.gov/debt relief/applicate. Just go to studentaid.gov. It'll come right up. And that's AID, not aid, AIDE. Okay. And let me think here. Okay. Let me pull up that schedule. Okay. Oh, actually, Sam does have a comment about the debt relief. So let me get to that. And then we'll switch. Okay, Sam says, what if the USA government is only shortlisting the people who could be allowed the debt relief because you have filled it out prior to it being blocked? So right now, they're not going to be able to add any forgiveness, but if it does go through, like, it'll probably be faster if you were one of the people that were able to fill out the application beforehand. Okay. I'm going to pull up the timeline for the. So again, we're going to ftb.gov and the timelines. Okay, so Alex, you didn't get the Golden State stimulus, and your last name starts with a K. So they're saying that the mailing date, if you didn't get the Golden State stimulus, is between December 5th and December 17th for you, Alex. And then in writing, they're saying allow up to 2 weeks from the issue date to receive your debit card by mail. But if you call them, they're actually saying to allow up to 4 weeks. So Alex, yours could be early early January. I'm not sure why they don't just send a check either. That seems easier than these debit cards. Maybe somehow like the printing of it would actually cost as much or more as the debit cards. I don't know. Okay. Good morning, Rocky. Good to see you in here. Okay. And Ben says, I want my debit card and I want it now. We should all say that. All who didn't get this relief. And I don't know if I've updated you guys in a while, but I did finally get mine. I'm Wells Fargo. Mine was direct deposited. Let me go back to this page. Let me see. So for non-Golden State stimulus recipients, they're still going to be direct depositing all the way through tomorrow, 11/14, and then direct deposits typically occur within 3 to 5 business days from the issue date, but may vary by financial institution. So I'm pulling up a calendar, you guys can't see it, but 5 business days, that could in theory be if they don't count tomorrow, Monday, November 14th, as as one of the business dates, because if they're mailing it out that day, it's normally 5 business days after the mailing date. So that would be Tuesday the 15th, Wednesday the 16th, Thursday the 17th, Friday the 18th, and then they don't count Saturday and Sunday as business days generally. So that could be all the way up to Monday, November 21st, even for direct deposits. Okay. Phantasmaghost. I like that name as well. You filed your 2020 taxes, but had a 0 adjusted gross income. Do I still qualify for the MCTR? Yes, you do. Even people who had negative adjusted gross incomes do still qualify for this one. That was different from the Golden State stimulus. The Golden State stimulus, you needed to have at least $1 in earned income in order to qualify. But this one, even if your adjusted gross income was negative, you would still qualify. Prince Ali, good to see you in here. Is it that difficult for the FDB to have a tab that asks for direct deposit info? Really, that needs to be an option. That would be nice. I wonder if there's some sort of like identity concerns with that like people could maybe claim it that weren't actually who was supposed to be claiming it. Um, yeah, and it seems to really mess things up if you pay for your taxes out of like your tax preparation fees out of your tax refund. But like everybody, like myself included, everybody does that. Why would I pay $15 up front if you can just take it out of the money I'm about to get? Prince Ali says, I understand why the debit cards take forever. So many millions to create. Yep. Print the white debit card with the little numbers, mail it out, etc. Yep. It's going to be a process. Suho says it's going in alphabetical order, so I should get in the mail before someone whose name starts with a Q. In theory, yes. Yeah, and I don't really know why they don't just send a check either. Hi, Jose. Good morning, Scotty. Ugh. I did call the FTB and it was literally 4 hours and the man like did not know what he was talking about. This also seems like a good time to mention that I do have Claimer linked in the description down below. If you want to call the FTB, they will do the thing where they dial it for you so that you don't have to hold for 4 hours waiting for them. But so I like Claimer. I do. And I know that I'm getting an Amazon package. Thank you. So I lost my train of thought because where I'm streaming today, I can see that Amazon delivery guy. I think it's actually a thing to put under my laptop so that it makes it like more stable because I'm literally streaming from my lap right now, which is why my computer's wiggly. Anyway, with using Claimer to call the FTB, it will save you that 4-hour hold time, right? It'll get you through and it'll dial back like when an agent's ready to talk to you. But because the FTB agents seem not very knowledgeable about timelines and they're just kind of telling people like, yes, you're going to get a debit card and then people still get direct deposit. They're telling everybody like to wait 4 weeks after the advertised mailing date. So I think they're just kind of giving out standard answers without actually looking into individual people's circumstances. So if you want to spend the $14.99 to use Claimer to call the FTB, it saves you the wait time. But in general, I don't recommend calling the FTB because I don't think they're giving out very useful information. So to me, it's not worth the money on this. Infinity saw that Andrew got an Infinity G35 coupe. He's going to fix it up and sell it for a profit. Instead of house flipping, it's car flipping. And I fully support that. It's a fun project for Andrew to work on. And honestly, he should probably film the process of restoring that because that would be a good YouTube video. Andrew has a wonderful, fun personality. So I would love to see him like working on a car and if he gets frustrated and stuff. My foot is definitely falling asleep. I'm going to take another sip of coffee. So you guys please like the video. Ugh, okay, I got to stretch my legs. Ooh, what's happening? Sorry, guys. So I have a roommate. So the blue room is occupied by a human. So I can't use the Blue Room to stream. Okay. Suho says, Suho, I love when you're in here and you're active. You're always, I love your comments. Do they still have FTB chat? They do. They do, and that's an option to use as well. Thank you for reminding me about that. You're not expecting a debit card until November 20th at the earliest, since your name starts with P. Yeah, and for your date, if you received the Golden State stimulus, P, yeah, that would be November 20th, and that's when it's getting mailed out. So, at earliest, it would take a couple days after the 11/20 mailing date, and then through 12/3, and then even down there, for the mailing, it says in writing, they're saying to allow 2 weeks from the issue date. But if you call the FTB, they're 100% telling people that it could be 4 weeks after that. Ben doesn't care about a nice debit card. What am I going to do? Frame it? I don't need a fancy. Yeah. I don't know. And it's totally is like they've partnered with somebody like Bank of America when they issued our EDD debit cards. Like Bank of America gets like, I don't know if it's government funding or how they're paid, but they're making profit off of being the one to issue the debit card. So I'm sure that Money Network is also profiting somehow from being the one that issues these middle class tax refund debit cards. As long as so Suho. Okay, they let's go over the fees in a second. If you just use it like a credit card, you're not charged transaction fees. But if you want to withdraw the money from a live teller, there might be like a $1.25 live in-person transaction fee. Also, they do have an ATM locator on their site, so I'll go over that in a second as well. I'll open up that on the Money Network page. Phantasma Ghost, thanks for the answer. So when should I be getting the debit card? Your last name starts with A. Okay, Phantasma, did you get the middle class tax refund? That will play into it. Oh my goodness. And Family Dollar, I skipped your question. That was not intentional. Do I feel like they're behind schedule? You should have gotten a direct deposit, but still nada. So Family Dollar, I'm not sure of your last name, but again, in theory, right? If you didn't get the Golden State stimulus, they're still sending out direct deposit payments through tomorrow. And then they say that direct deposits typically occur within 3 to 5 business days from the issue date, but may vary by financial institution. So if that was 5 business days, in theory, they could still be sending out direct deposits all the way through Monday, November 21st, or like the direct deposit might hit Monday, November 21st. Okay. Let me scroll back down. I was trying to find Phantasma Ghost other information. So the debit card with the last name ending in A, that should have already gone out. But again, if you filed your taxes through like TurboTax or H&R Block and you filed your federal taxes for free, then you get to the end and it's like, do you want to file your state taxes with us? And generally, they charge for filing state taxes, but you're already on the website. So you say, yes, please just file my state taxes too. It's usually somewhere between $15 and $30. When you get to the end of checking to see if all that information is correct, there's usually a question that says, do you want your tax preparation fees, basically that $15 or that $30, to come out of your refund? So let's say you were getting a $200 refund from state. Why would you pay $15 up front when you can just get a little bit less in your refund? So I would say, in my opinion, most people choose to have those tax preparation fees paid out of their refund. And that triggers getting a debit card. But with that said, The debit cards for last names starting with A, if you got the Golden State stimulus, should have gone out by 11/5. 2 weeks from 11/5 would be this coming Saturday, 11/19. But when you call, they're telling people it could take up to 4 weeks. And 4 weeks from 11/5 would be December 3rd. So potentially getting a debit card by December 3rd, I'm going to say. But it's not time to worry about it yet, so that's good news. Okay, the Big Cheese says, I'm being offered an extra $250 to create a savings account with Ally Bank, as I have a car payment with Ally Bank as well. Is this offer a good deal? Free $250 just for creating a savings account. Okay, the Big Cheese. That probably is a good deal. But please read the fine print. A lot of times you're required. So, first of all, Graham Stephan likes Ally Bank. I am not with Ally Bank. I do hear that they have one of the highest APRs, annual percentage rates, for a savings account. My savings account is still with Yada Bank, and I have them linked in the description down below. I still like them. However, for $250, you can do something called bank account churning. So I would absolutely recommend bank account churning. I'm going to see if I have that offer from Ally Bank. And if I do, maybe I'll put it in. Here is the fine print that you're going to want to read. Oh, Rocky, you're amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm trying to meet Kevin's assistant. Let me finish my thought. But anyway, Rocky, that's amazing. Okay, read the fine print, because a lot of times to get the $250, you need to keep a minimum amount in your savings account for a certain amount of time. For example, maybe you need to keep $1,000 minimum in the savings account for at least 90 days. Sometimes you need to keep $1,500 in the savings account for at least 6 months. Sometimes you need to put direct deposits into, usually that's for checking account promotions. But my point is, just read that fine print to see, is it really all you have to do is open it, or do you have to open it and keep a certain balance in there for a set amount of time? But still, a free $250 is a free $250. If you have the link to that offer, send it to me, because I'll use your link. Thank you, Rocky. So, for anyone who does not know what Rocky is talking about, I have a video where I applied to be, it's basically an internship, but also an apprenticeship to work with Meet Kevin. The pay is minimum wage. However, right now, guys, I'm still looking for work. Still kind of trying to make YouTube work, but I don't make like a killing off of YouTube right now. And for the year, my business is not profitable. It's in the negatives. And that's because I opened the website Shelly's Millions. Right now, I'm trying to figure out if I even want to keep that website for next year. So you guys let me know. Have you been to shellysmillions.com? Hint, hint, this is your key to go. I kind of write a few blog posts on there, but usually I just kind of link to videos that I've done. I was doing like a daily morning blog, but like that didn't seem like my Shelly's Millions business account doesn't seem to be the place to be like, I woke up and it's beautiful outside today. And like, I'm thinking about this and here's my to-do list. Like, it just seemed kind of like a jumbled mess. So I'm not sure that I'm going to be keeping my website, although most like businesses, and my business coach Jenny Silver said that like it is good to have a website, and I like it. I just don't think I'm using it to its full potential, and that's one of the bigger reasons why my business is in the negatives this year. Anyway, right now I'm still getting unemployment, still trying to make YouTube work. I worked on a fun YouTube project this week. It was really exciting. I might be in a bigger YouTuber's video. So stay tuned. I will update you guys if I make the cut. It was a super fun video, but I don't think I can share any details about it yet. It wasn't like the biggest YouTuber, but he's pretty big. So that was exciting, and I'm definitely making more YouTube friends, but making friends on YouTube does not pay my mortgage. So, My point is that even minimum wage at this point would pay more than unemployment benefits do. And I think I could learn a lot about editing and just work ethic and motivation. And I think I could learn basically what I feel like I would get from working for Meet Kevin would more than justify the pay cut. He lives in Ventura and I live closer to downtown though, and I am not sure about that commute. And I don't think I could afford my mortgage and to pay for a place to rent if I got that position. So we're gonna have to see. Um, they're saying that they should have gotten it. Um, But again, there could be reasons why you're getting the debit card instead of the direct deposit. Yeah, Andrew does have some pretty funny stuff. He like karaoke sometimes and things like that. Could I link Andrew's channel? Yes. We will do that in a second. I wish Andrew would pop in and he could link his own dang channel, but we will do that. Oh, thank you, Family Dollar. Merry Christmas and Thanksgiving. Any lavish plans for the holidays? No, my mom will come over and cook again, including for the new roommate. So that'll be interesting. Normally, I definitely don't sleep in the blue room since that was only used for Shelly's Millions business channel. But that white couch that I film on is a futon. So normally my mom sleeps in my room. I sleep on the futon. This year, I'll be sleeping on this couch. My mom will still get my room, and the roommate will have the blue room. So my mom will come over and cook. And for those of you that don't remember, I stream live for an undisclosed hour whenever we feel like it on Thanksgiving, so that anybody who is alone on Thanksgiving does not have to be alone. And my mom is quite the funny lady. I recently filmed a video with her, and I've got another one planned. This one's been planned for over a year. So was the other one, really. Okay. Jose Chinchilla says, my last name starts with a C. You haven't gotten anything. When should I get it in the mail? Okay, it's going to depend on if you got the Golden State stimulus or not. But again, they mailed those through 11/5. And then they're saying to allow 2 weeks from 11/5 to get it. That's what they're putting in writing. And that would be November 19th. But if you call them, they're actually telling people to wait up to 4 weeks after the advertised mailing date. So, okay. Dorothy, so right now it's on pause. I don't know if you have time. We're kind of towards the end of today's live. I'll go over that again before let me pull that up on screen actually. Um, so studentaid.gov, and as soon as I go there, oh, actually, so right here at the top, it says student loan debt relief is blocked. Courts have issued orders blocking our student debt relief program. As a result, at this time, we are not accepting applications. They are seeking to overturn those orders. If you've already applied, we'll hold your application. There's a button right here to subscribe and check back for updates, and they'll post information as soon as further updates are available. But right now, the whole program is on hold. Okay, you didn't get the Golden State stimulus. Okay, so dang it. Your last name starts with an A, and you did not get the Golden State stimulus. So let's go back to the FTB website. Oh, one other thing. Are you expecting direct deposit? Because that could be hitting your bank account all the way through the 21st, because 11/14, that's tomorrow, is the last mailing date. And then 3 to 5 business days. And 5 business days could, in theory, go all the way through next Monday, 11/21. But if you're expecting the debit card, and you'd be expecting the debit card like largely if you paid your tax preparation fees um, as part of your refund. And I think you were in here when I was giving those examples. The mailing date is between December 5th and December 17th. And then they're saying allow in writing, they're putting allow 2 weeks from the issue date to receive your debit card by mail. But if you call them on the phone, they're saying to allow up to 4 weeks. So 2 weeks after December 17th would be, oops, that would be December 31st, New Year's Eve, and 4 weeks would be all the way to that January 14th date. So it's going to be a little while for you, unfortunately, or it could be a little while for you. Ba, ba, ba. Okay, so yeah, guys, I'll go live with my mom on Thanksgiving for about an hour for anybody who's alone on Thanksgiving. I don't want anybody to be alone. The Siegel says the fine print can be full of unpleasant surprises. Yes, it can. So I want to, before we hop off of the live, I want to pull up the Ally Bank offer because I'm curious about that. Didn't I say I was and link Andrew's channel. So those are the two things we need to do. W says, my intuition tells me that 2023 will be full of financial opportunities for you. I'll get a job that pays well and things will look up. Should I just pursue YouTube though? Because I would love to just be my own boss. But I've got a couple things in the works. Obviously, like I'm still applying because I have to also to get my unemployment benefits. Jose Chinchilla, same here. I got my tax return direct deposit. Golden State stimulus via a check for some reason, so nothing yet. So yeah, and if you got your Golden State stimulus as a check, then you're getting this as a debit card as well. Okay, Joel. Christmas is so close. You're naughty, so maybe you're not on his list. Kidding, haha. Yeah, okay. Hang on one second while I look for Andrew's channel. Oops, dang it. And I don't remember how to spell his last name. Andrew Biblay. How many? This is not him. Dang it. Where's Andrew? Infinity. Nope. Oh my goodness. I'm definitely subscribed. Let me see who I'm subscribed to. Sorry, guys. Also, my friend Phidias, he is trying to get a hug from Elon Musk. So follow Phidias0 on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Let's help him get his hug from Elon Musk. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Okay, I'm on my subscriptions page. Maybe if I just type in Andrew. Now that I'm on my subscriptions page, I'm not subscribed to these people. Filters. Sort by. No, okay, Andrew's channel isn't coming up for me. Infinity, do you know how you spell his last name? Okay, now let's look for that Ally Bank offer. Okay, Ally Bank offer. And Daniel, don't forget they're going off of 2020, not 2021. Okay, but you would have received that refund in there. Okay, Ally Bank. I'm hungry. 2.75 APY for savings. That's pretty good. I'm looking at this, guys, because somebody said that they have a really good offer. Usually these offers are contingent on like the individual. I just also want to show you though. So Ally Bank is offering 2.75 APR, which is good, but so far, okay. This is, I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to remove this for a second. So for October, my APY on Ally Bank, on Yada Bank, which I do have listed down below, was 11.16%. And so far for November, it's at 1.83. So that is lower right now than Yada Bank, but look how much I've gotten in prizes. $485 because they do like a lottery system, right? So it looks like this. This is what it live looks like. Tonight's the drawing, so like if they pull the number 57 or 21, I'll get $10. So I really like this. Uh-oh. Robin, okay, Big, so good to see you. How is your son? How's everything? I've been thinking about getting into drop shipping. I've got some questions for you. But I'm at the end of the live, so I'm just gonna like direct message you. I think I need to get into like drop shipping or digital print on demand. I'm not working right now besides YouTube, so I need to pick up some other side hustles. So yeah, Robinhood Gold is the best rate for savings. Oh, right. You're talking about investing in gold. So let me pull that up. And this is just flat rate, but because of the JB, I don't know if you were in here when I just shared that for October, because of the prizes, I got like an 11.16% return on Yada Bank, which I have linked down below. I have Robinhood. If you guys are not signed up with Robinhood, it's going to give me this. Where's my little ads on Robinhood? So Robinhood Gold, man, they're with the millennial and Gen Z lingo. 3.75% interest is what they're offering. And but you have to pay $5 a month. So it's going to depend. A lot of my viewers, we don't have really high balances that we're savings with. Like, I don't even know if you saw that. I had about $2,000 in my savings account. Also, this is a reflection of my neighbor's house in my phone screen. Earn 3.75 on your cash, no cap. So earn up to, I love those up to languages, interest on your uninvested cash. There's no cap, and you can withdraw or invest it anytime. Cash is FDIC insured at program banks up to 1.5 million. So that is the Robinhood Gold savings account offer for 3.75%, but it's a 5% a month subscription. So you would need to have at least $2,000 invested for that to be profitable, right? Yada is FDIC insured. Yes, they are. Hold on, let me pull that up. Yeah, I would not put my money in a bank that's not FDIC insured. Let's see if it says. Where is it? Where is like the Yada thing? How about if I go to invite friends? Also, if you go on there, my code is Michelle20. We're gonna hit the invite friends link. Oh, it wants me to invite. Share. Copy. All right, well, this is not working, but they are FDIC insured. Okay, let's go back to. Oh, you received. All right, Daniel, I'm not sure what's going on with yours, but I'm curious about this Ally Bank thing, so I'm going to add them back to the stream. So Bay, somebody said that they have an offer to get $250 if they open a savings account with Ally Bank. And I know that our friend, Graham, well, I don't know, is he a friend or is he an acquaintance or is he just running a business? Our mentor, he has his savings with Ally Bank. Last I heard, at least. Okay. Let's see here. If we open a new account, let's see here. Do I have a promo when I'm just looking at it like this? I am not. Online savings. Okay. And it looks like it's 2.71%. No matter what the deposit amount is. All right, let's Google this. Ally Bank 250 bonus 2022. Yes, we want to leave this site. Yeah, and I do it's saying it ended. That promo may have ended. Because what I'm seeing, this is from Go Banking Rates. Newest Ally Bank promotions, bonuses, offers, and coupons. Ally Financial is perhaps most well known for Ally Bank, a full service, closing that pop up, a full service bank that offers checking and savings accounts, mortgages, and loans, but minimizes overhead by operating online only, which is the same as Yada Bank, without physical branches. So that is important to note. If you are going to use my Yada link, they don't have like a bank you can go into. Their customer service is pretty good though. Those savings are passed along to account holders through competitive interest rates. This article is from November 3rd of 2022, so it's possible that there's a new offer now, but it's saying that Ally is not currently offering any special promotions on its products and services, but that doesn't mean it's not worth considering if you're looking for a new bank. Ally has consistently high APYs on its accounts and offers a wide range of financial services. So, maybe you're getting that offer, like you said, you have an auto loan with them, so that might be just for you. Keep in mind that bonuses shouldn't be the only deciding factor when you're choosing a new bank. They're great to have, but the cash may not be worth it if the bank doesn't offer the products and services you need to reach your financial goals. However, if you're looking for a full service financial institution that offers competitive rates, check out Ally's worth a second look, basically. So yeah, just read the fine print on that offer. But if that offer is still available to you, I would probably do it. Because yeah, I have heard good things about them. I do not personally use them, but as far as I know, Graham Stephan does, and I trust him a lot. Okay. All right, guys. Yeah, and if you have any crypto, please look into moving that onto a wallet and then onto like cold storage, meaning like a different like kind of flash drive or something like that. So I don't actually, I need to look into how to do that so that I can share that with you guys. But if you have crypto, make sure to keep that safe. I don't know how many of you guys invest in crypto. I do have a little bit of it in my Robinhood account. Robinhood now offers wallets for crypto storage. But again, you're even supposed to take it off of the wallet. So, I think that's it for today. So tomorrow we'll be streaming at 9 p.m. Thank you guys so much for watching Shelly's Millions. Andrew, dang it. Well, gotta find your channel so that I can share it with everybody. Oh, Tom, that's great. Tom got his MCTR debit card last Monday. That is awesome. And make sure to look up the free ATMs. Oh, Suho. Hold on. I said I would go over the fees. So let's go to the Money Network. Fees page. Oh, that's not the one I like. Let's just go to the FTB website first and then get the link from there. It is Money Network, but like this link will take us straight to the MCTR debit card page. Terms and fees, card fee schedule, I think is the one we want. We're going to view the PDF. So, Suho, you were asking about fees. I don't know if you're still watching, but oh, dang it. Did it not switch over to the PDF? We're going to hit view the PDF on these fees. Why is it not switching over to that page? Share this tab instead. Let me make sure I'm sharing the right page now. Yes. So here are the fees. Thank you, Ernie. Ernie, I'll let you know soon about airport transportation. Okay. So you want to make sure that you're using an in-network ATM if you want to withdraw, because otherwise they're going to charge you $1.25. If you transfer it to an external bank account, this says international, so I'm not sure about that, but it says $7 plus 3.5%. If you do an over-the-counter withdrawal, it's going to be $1.25. And there's most of us, well, I don't know. I got a $350 rebate. So the ATM withdrawal limits didn't apply, but you want to make sure that you're using an in-network ATM. Otherwise, and I do recommend just withdrawing the money, because if you use it like a credit card, once the balance starts to get low, once you try to use like the last little bit, it's going to ask you, like, you're going to need to know the balance. And that's all. I just find that to be like kind of drama. And so I'm going back to just the general money network page and see how right here it says 8. Let me make sure I'm sharing the right thing. Yes, I am. Okay, so see right here at the top, it says ATM locator. So you can go there. Come on. Is it going? Doesn't seem to be going. Come on. Oh, here we go. So you're going to scroll down, and I don't know why it defaults to Sacramento, but it does. That's fine. I'm more in the Los Angeles area, so just okay, so you can either scroll around on the map if you're using a computer not like mine. Let's put in, that's Hollywood zip code. So we'll do around Hollywood. These are all the places. Like if there's a Target ATM, if there's a Walgreens ATM, if there's Ralph's, CVS. When I first made this, there were some Arcos that popped up, but now I'm not seeing Arco. It looks like mostly in this area, Rite Aids, CVS, Walgreens, Ralph's, and Targets and Chevron gas stations. But basically Dunkin' Donuts over here to the left. So basically just you want to, oh, here's an AM PM. So you want to just make sure that you are making sure that the ATM is free and within their networks to avoid those fees. Okay. Jennifer says you owe the state tax money, but they're not going to keep. No, they're not supposed to keep it. They're not supposed to keep it for basically like government type garnishments or liens. If you owe child support, then that's potentially a different story. Suho, you worry about the fees when you stop worrying about getting the card in the mail. Sounds fair enough. Fair enough. I said that I would open that page for you, and I didn't want to not keep my word on that. Okay. So tomorrow night I'll be going live at 9 p.m. If you guys have any questions, thanks so much for watching Shelly's Millions. Have a great holiday season, you guys, and I'll see you next time.